Hey, what's up everyone? That's a new episode, and in this episode we'll be talking about vitamin D. This episode will be a series of episodes that I'll be talking about the most important vitamins and why they're important and how we can get the most out of it. Just a big disclaimer before we start the video: I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical expert, I don't have anything to do with medicine. I'm just a person who's passionate about fitness and nutrition, and I do some of my research and I actually supply the sources. So down below in the description you find all the sources from for all the things I'm going to say in this video. Vitamins are an organic molecule, which simply means any chemical that has a carbon-hydrogen bond. Vitamins are an essential micronutrient that any organism needs in small quantities for proper functioning of the metabolism. Units that are used to measure vitamins are milligrams, micrograms, and IUs. Milligram is 1,000th of a gram, a microgram is 1,000,000th of a gram, and an IU simply stands for international units, and it's only used to measure vitamin A, D, and E. 1 milligram is equal to 40 IUs. However, you need to make sure that you have the right conversion because it may differ from vitamin to vitamin and from brand to brand. So vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, which simply means you need fat to absorb vitamin D. Vitamin D is produced in the skin via sunlight and also can be absorbed through food. Your kidneys and livers then take vitamin D and converts it to a hormone that is needed in order for your body to absorb calcium and phosphate, which are crucial in building, in developing and building your bones, teeth, and also helps build muscle. Vitamin D also helps your immune system fight diseases such as the flu. It also helps you regulate your mood, as well as it can actually help with depression. So it turns out that we actually have vitamin D receptors in our immune cells. When this vitamin D hormone binds to these immune cells, it activates genes that are crucial and needed for our immune function, lung function, and many more.
There's vitamin D receptors on like your immune cells, and the reason for that is because when the hormone, vitamin D hormone, binds to the receptor, it activates all these genes, and that the genes do stuff.
I highly recommend to watch this clip. I'm leaving a link in the description below. You can actually go and watch it on your own time. In this clip, Dr. Rhonda Patrick actually goes in depth more on the benefits of vitamin D. In the same episode, she also explains that from the data gathered from Indonesia, more than 90% of the people who died from COVID-19 were vitamin D deficient. She also goes in depth why she thinks vitamin D is very important in fighting diseases such as the flu.
In Indonesia, point-something% of patients that died with COVID-19 were vitamin D deficient.
Highly recommend to watch. As we mentioned before, vitamin D is produced in the skin via sunlight. So it only makes sense that people who live in countries with low sun exposure are more vulnerable to be vitamin D deficient. It also turns out to be that people with darker skin have high melanin, which means it makes it hard for your skin to produce vitamin D. So if you have dark skin and you're living in a country that has a low sun exposure, or the sun just doesn't come out as often, you're more vulnerable to be vitamin D deficient. You can overdose with vitamin D. Too much vitamin D can cause serious side effects such as high blood pressure, high blood calcium levels, vomiting, stomach pains, and kidney failures. Finally, the best ways to get vitamin D is actually just being in the sun, because as we said, your skin produces vitamin D via the sun. You can actually have it through food and by supplementation. I'm not gonna recommend any dosages. You can actually go on the internet and do your own research. There are very good reliable websites such as the NHS website that have safe recommendations for everyone. And that was the end of the video. If you liked this video and found it beneficial, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and wait for the next video where I'm gonna actually tackle another vitamin or mineral and discuss its benefits and usage and why it's important. That was it. Thank you, and see you in the next video.